There's a formula behind going viral on Instagram and Facebook that gurus just don't tell you, but I will. And in this video, I'm gonna give you a private client training, specifically grow your accounts in a way that gets you qualified leads for your business. And I learned this after growing my Instagram to more than 100,000, my Facebook to more than 50,000, all organically with zero paid ads. And more importantly, the content I shared generated more than 1,000 high-ticket clients, and I'm gonna share exactly how you can do it today because it follows a repeatable system. And that system can now get you consistent results thanks to AI. And you're not gonna lose your voice in the process or sound like a robot. Go over to my Instagram or Facebook, you would never even think a single post had been written by AI. So there's two parts to this training. First is how to set up your AI in a way so that it does not sound robotic, and second are the viral post frameworks that will get you growing and getting leads from Instagram and Facebook. And you can use this on LinkedIn too, I do. So let's cut into the first part of the training. So I'll just give you a breakdown of what this doc is and how to make it work. So this is a guide to clone yourself with AI that will reflect your unique voice and style. And by following this process, you guys are going to basically have a tool that will be able to write content for you that will align with your personal and professional communication style. And it's UAI, okay? The acronym that I came up with. Cool? So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to prepare. So very simple, guys. Open your Google Drive and I want you to make a folder which is titled, like mine would be Lauren UAI Assets, okay? So just go to the Google Drive and make a new folder. Guys, I can't tell you how many clients that I've seen who come to me with like crazy messy Google Drives. So I want to keep this neat and tidy for you here because having a organized online setup is very, very important as you're scaling your business, okay? So all you guys are going to do is go to drive.google.com, open it up, make a new folder called name, which would be your name, and then UAI assets, okay? Here's an example of, okay, fantastic, you guys have done it. All right, I'll just give like 10 more seconds just to let everybody get that done. Perfect. So by now, what you guys have done is you have created a Google Drive folder. Fantastic. Okay, simple stuff out the way, okay? So you've got a new Google Drive folder. Let's leave that for a second, okay? Here's the fun stuff. So what we're gonna do right now is we're going to do the why element of UAI, okay, where we train it about yourself. So personal details about the author, that's you. Okay, so what we're first of all going to do is we're essentially going to have your, we're going to go into ChatGPT and we're going to create some information about yourself that we're then going to feed into our AI clone. Now, guys, what we're doing right now is called multi-stage AI prompting. Now, not many people talk about this because, of course, this is taking it to the next level. But, you know, one of me and my team's major goals is to empower business owners to get better with AI. Why? Well, because, for example, like I used to have 47 employees on my team. Now it's just 4, guys. And the crazy thing is that back then, right? Imagine having 47 people on your team and just think about the amount of expenses that would have each month, okay? When you have people from like USA, UK, all around Europe, etc., right? It's costing a lot of money every single month, and that puts a lot of pressure on you as a business owner. Now with AI, I mean, AI can literally work around the clock for you, do so much tasks that otherwise would have taken hours and hours, but only when you know how to use it, right? Which is, you know, we talk about this a lot before, but then on top of having all those employees, right, there's all the management of that, there's all the calls, everything that comes along with it. So I'm going to go through some basic multi-stage AI prompting here today for you guys. And I just need to let you know, this would not be the time to like go and open some other tabs and do some other activities. Like I need you guys to be present with me because I'm gonna go through this like step by step. And so if you get onto another tab, you may get lost. Cool? So who's here with me? So this part's actually really, really simple, but what you guys are gonna do is if you look at my screen where I am, okay? So we've got the Google Doc and then we're gonna scroll down to this section, which is number 1, yourself, personal details about the author. You can see what we've done is we've created it really simple for you guys. Okay, so in this box, you can just copy what that says. Okay, so can you guys just copy that for me onto your clipboard? Okay, so you're literally just going to this section with yourself, and in the box, you're gonna just copy the first box, only the first box. Only the first box. Okay, there's 2 boxes. You're doing just the first box under this yellow section. Guys, we're gonna take 5 minutes, and here's what we're gonna do. Open ChatGPT for me, guys, please. You've got it copied, you're going to paste it there. So guys, we've set this prompt up in a very specific way so that it asks you the questions one by one. Now, here's what's cool. I'm just going to show you guys. Okay, how would you introduce yourself in a way that reflects both who you are today and what you stand for beyond job titles or achievements? Guys, here's what you can do. You can either type the answer if you like to. So, I stand for freedom, fulfillment, and building a business you love, plus leveraging AI for profit. Okay, that's an example. So you can either type the answer, which is very simple. Okay, then it will give you question number 2. What you can do here is you can actually have like, I call it like a phone call with ChatGPT, okay? I love this so much, guys. This is like one of my favorite things to do. If ever I'm stuck on a problem, like you can click this. And so the question is, what do you think about the concept of freedom in your life and business? What does it specifically mean to you in the day-to-day of reality? And why does it matter so deeply? So again, this is just for me. For you guys, it will be different. But as an example, like if I wanted to, I hit this button and it's like use voice mode, and then I can have a conversation with it. So it's gonna, the reason why freedom matters to me so deeply is because my younger brother is disabled. So I saw him have his freedom stripped away from him at birth. And so I realized that one of my key motivators is to live a life of freedom and fulfillment and to make the most of my life.
Thank you for sharing that personal insight. Could you elaborate on how witnessing your brother's experience has influenced the choice?
Okay, so then basically what it's going to do is you're going to have like a phone call with it, okay? We're still on this first section. We're going to scroll down. Scroll down, scroll down. We just completed this. We did the first box, okay? Now what you're going to do, because again, this is multi-stage AI prompting, okay? Guys, most people will never teach you this, okay? I'm teaching this because I want you to get ahead. I want you to be leveraging AI to become an AI-first company so that you can experience the type of freedom that comes with having AI do so much for you and your business. Like, guys, it's just changed my life so much. I want to gift that to you, okay? So next thing we're going to do is we create a report. So like most people would just leave that there. No. What you guys are going to do is this. You're going to get into this second box, okay? And it says, based on all the information you learned above, create a comprehensive and detailed guide on defining and documenting a personal voice and speaking style. So just copy this. Guys, all you do is copy that. You literally just copy that, boom. Okay, and then get back into the chat where you were and paste it and send it. Simple, right? We're just legit copying and pasting. So into the same chat where you just had that little conversation with ChatGPT, copy this section where we create the report for section 1. So then the final outcome of this first section, the why of the UAI, is to have a complete guide on you, on yourself, right? Your voice and how you speak, so that it's done in a way that the AI can understand. Okay, that's why we create the report, because it creates it in a way that the AI can understand. Cami says this is liquid gold. Thank you, Cami. Maybe I'll ask for a 5-star review. Just kidding. Okay, it helps the AI emulate your voice. Okay, it's a report that the AI can read. It's not just some random chat. No, because what we're now gonna do is whatever your AI responded to you after you asked it for the report. Okay, so I'm just gonna show you a tutorial here, right? I'm gonna go into the chat and I'm just gonna make a new chat, to be fair, because my AI has all the details already. I'm just gonna send it, okay? And basically what it sends to me here, okay, I'm gonna copy it. Okay, so whatever it sent me, guys in the chat, just copy the whole thing. So you guys are gonna copy what it sent you, and you're going to make a Google Doc with what it sent you as an answer when it asked you to create the report. What you do is you just open and you create a new Google Doc in your folder. Remember, we created the folder, guys. And on that Google Doc, you're literally just gonna paste what ChatGPT sent you in response to asking it for the report. Cool? Skylar, love the speed. Very cool. All right, Ishmael's done. Daria's done. Fantastic. Okay, now I know you guys are following me. Fantastic, okay? It's very simple. So what we just did is we did a little interview. Again, if you want to go back and do this again, okay, all you're going to do is you're going to copy this prompt and paste it into ChatGPT in a new chat and then answer the questions in more detail. Once you're done with all the questions, okay, you then ask it to create you the report. with this prompt. Okay, it's already done for you. Don't edit these prompts. Just use these prompts. That's multi-stage AI prompting. And then after that, you'll be left with a report that will be in your ChatGPT chat. You don't just leave it in the chat, okay? You copy it out of the chat and you put it into a doc and put it in the doc that it's in your Google Drive folder, okay? We want to have it all in one Google Drive folder just because you want to keep it organized. I want to, give you guys a good hygiene for your Google Drive, okay? So from there, we got the first doc done. Fantastic. So next we're moving on to the second step of UAI, which is offer. So this is your offer, right? So essentially, guys, we're going to literally just do the same thing because my goal is that your AI understands your offer better than like any sales rep could, okay? So real simple, guys. Same thing again. We're going to just copy this prompt into the same chat that you guys already used, okay? So copy that prompt with me, paste it into the same chat that you were using before. The main thing is that it understands basically your background and credibility. That's really key. And what you do for business. So again, same thing, paste, and then go and have the conversation. And we're going to give you guys 5 minutes. Just make sure that you tell the AI what your main offers are. And now you will have you can just use the same kind of title that we have here. And you'll make another Google Doc right there in your Google Drive about your offer. So by now you should have 2 Google Docs in your Google Drive. If you've got 2 Google Docs in your Google Drive, so guys, you just went through the second step, which is where you got ChatGPT to interview you about your offer, okay? After you finished the interview, you then got it to create your report with this prompt, multi-stage AI prompting, that's what we're doing. And then you copied and pasted the response over onto a Google Doc. All right, we move on to unqualified words. Guys, this part's really simple. We're literally blacklisting words so that our AI is not going to use words that we hate, okay? So quite literally, like it's very simple. You can adjust this, but the simplest thing, just for now, guys, just the easiest thing is copy what's in this box and put it into its own Google Doc. Like literally, you're just going to call the Google Doc unqualified words. It should be in your same folder. Okay, so it's going to be the third doc, which is in your folder. And you can just call it like unqualified words. So now when we load this into your clone later, it's not going to say words like unprecedented. Guys, what we're doing is we're moving into the A of UAI. So by now we've done yourself, your offer, we've done the unqualified words. Now we're moving into the authenticity. Cool? So what we're going to be doing is creating a style guide. And a style guide maintains consistency in your communication, guys. Without this, it's gonna not sound like you, okay? So again, same thing, you guys know what we're doing by now, right? We're going into this box, we're copying it, and then at the end, you can see you want to paste like at least, I'm gonna just change that to 2. You're gonna paste 2 of your like written content examples. So that could literally be a message that you've sent to your client. It could be a post that you've made on LinkedIn or Facebook or Instagram or whatever. Just some written content that you've written before, whether it's an email or a text or a social media post for our clients, right? Like this would be where you take your best posts and paste them here, right? But if you guys do have some top pieces of content, you would put them there. So I'll just show you this live as an example. So I'm copying that, okay? I would head over to the same ChatGPT chat. And then what I'll do is for example, like if I was to go to my Facebook and I go over to let's say I wanted to go to my analytics, I could find one of my top posts. Again, only do this if you have good content, right, guys? If your content isn't getting you leads, don't do this. But like as an example, obviously I have very, very good results from my content. So let's just say I wanted to look at, I don't know, one of my posts from the last 90 days or so. And so then what I'll do is I know I have this content on a Google Doc. Okay, so what I would then do is I would grab this piece of content, this whole post, okay, and I would actually just paste the entire post, okay, and then I would just like paste the rest of the post there. And then you would just grab, second piece of content and just paste it there. You can use posts that have good engagement as long as it was the right engagement. You don't want to use content that has not gotten you results. Guys, by now you have copied the below into your conversation with a couple of written content examples. Send that through. Okay? What you're going to be left with is a style guide. So basically what it gives back to you, copy that into a Google Doc in the same folder And then you're going to be left with 4 Google Docs in your folder there. You guys can see this example. If you actually scroll to the top of the Google Doc, you can see here there's under clone yourself on the section 0 preparation. If you go to the very top of the doc, very top, you see there's this section that says preparation, yeah? There's this example of this Google Drive folder, okay, with the 5 completed assets. As you guys look at this Google Drive folder, by now, right, what you guys have already done is as follows. You've got Y, O, U, and the A. You've done all of those so far. So we're getting on to step 5 now. Y, O, U, A, done. Now we go on to the I of the UAI, the instructions. So the reason why we need instructions is because we can give our AI a job, okay? So obviously what we're doing here now in this chat, the AI already knows, this chat knows a lot about you. So what you're going to say is based on everything, you guys are going to, again, copy everything in here. But essentially what this is going to do is it's going to give you the output required in order to give your AI a job. So just copy all of this into the same AI conversation. Real simple, guys. Real simple. Okay, just copy that into the same AI conversation. Boom, paste. That's the step that we're following here. Essentially then, the final doc is going to be what it responds back to you there. So you take what it responds to you there, okay, copy all of that onto a Google Doc, because now what it's done is it's taken everything that it knows about you. It knows your style, it knows how you want to speak, it knows the blacklisted words, it knows about your offer, it knows about your business. And you're just going to copy all of this onto your 5th doc in the Drive. You're going to make a 5th doc in your Drive folder, and then when you've got 5 over there, you'll see on the Google Doc, okay, that there's this little tab called a custom GPT setup. Guys, I'm going to help you create a custom GPT. Now, if you've tried creating a custom GPT in the past, but it hasn't generated you the results that you want, it's either because you didn't follow the steps that I just went through in enough detail, or because you don't already have the right social media frameworks and the copywriting frameworks that are designed to get leads and clients through social media, okay? So with that being said, here are the steps. So guys, it's very, very simple. This step, you guys have done the hardest part. You're going to click on this tab that I've got here on the doc, Custom GPT Setup, or inside of ChatGPT, you can see here, there's this GPTs section where you can hit Create. So you can always hit on under the GPTs, you can hit Explore, and then you can hit Create. Guys, what we're doing here is not, this is not basic stuff. This is like advanced stuff here that we're going through. So I just want to give you guys a, kudos for tracking with me here. And if you've felt it's a bit hard to keep up, please don't be too hard on yourself, okay? Because we are going pretty fast right now for the sake of time, okay? So just FYI, okay? So the next steps, all right? I want to make sure that you guys are, Kevin, you said it's great. Thank you. I'm glad that you like it. Cool. So the next steps, guys. What we're going to do, you've gone on to GPTs, you've hit Create. You're going to configure your writer, okay? So inside of here, we go on Configure. Really important, name it. Okay, so you want to name it, same as me. You, AI, and then your name. My name's Lauren, right? So I'm going to type it like that. I'm just writing example because I don't want to, forget that because I've already got one, right? So just FYI. So you've just typed the name in there. Really simple, yeah? After that, you're going to enter the description. It doesn't really matter. Lauren clone. Just type whatever. Lauren clone. Okay, that's fine. Okay. After that, instructions. So you know how we just went through step 5 and we got the instructions and you pasted them onto your Google Doc? You guys are going to paste that in here. So you guys put it on a Google Doc. You're just going to paste it into here, okay? Now we're going to upload all the files. So you know how we created 5 Google Docs inside of your Drive folder? You need to download all of them except the instructions one. So just go ahead and download those Google Docs. You can download them as PDFs. Okay, so as an example, how we do it, I'll just show you. So we're going to just download all of them, except the instructions. We don't need to download the instructions. Y-O-U-A. So you just click on all of those, right click, download all of them. Don't know why it's taking its sweet time. Okay, I've got them all now. Got the zip folder. It just gave all of them to me. So now what you're going to do once you've downloaded them, we're going to upload them, okay? So you'll upload them into this knowledge section. Can you hit upload files and then just upload them for me there? Those 4. And then from there, you hit create. In the top right here, you hit create. And with regards to the sharing, I personally just usually put it to anyone with the link or only me. I want to know so far, we hit on this, there's this thing that says GBTs. You hit on explore and then you hit create and then it's already on configure. You make sure it's called configure. You give it a name. I like to call it UAI Lauren, right? You give it a description. It doesn't really matter. You just call it clone. And then you, from the doc that you guys made, which had the instructions on it, you paste the instructions here. From there, you just go to knowledge and all of the Google Docs that are in your drive, except the instructions, you download them onto your computer and then you just upload them here. Very, very simple. And then you just hit create and you've created your clone. What we've done up until this point, you've trained ChatGPT to become your content clone. Obviously, you can go back through what we just went through to add more detail if you want to, but we have still quite a lot more to get through. Guys, okay, so the first and most important step is that moving forward, every time you guys create content moving forward, please open your new custom GPT. Can you guys see it in the sidebar there? Guys, don't just open like the regular ChatGPT interface. You guys see it? Okay, good. Okay, because you guys have now trained your very own custom GPT to become your own UAI, meaning that is trained on yourself, your offer, you've given it unqualified words, it's authentic to you, and you've given it instructions to become your social media content clone. So now whenever you go into it, it will pull content from your knowledge, not the random knowledge on the internet. I would recommend that you actually take a few hours to go ahead and have those real long conversations just to give it more nuance, right? Because the more nuance it has, the better the content is going to be that it creates. But it's not vital. You guys have done like the bare minimum that's better than what you were doing before. Okay? So now I want to help you guys create all of your content in 53 minutes or less. Okay? So here's what we're going to do. If you guys go to the training doc that I've given to you, there's a tab called UAI use case example. I want you guys to click that. So basically now what you guys are going to do, you're going to start with the following prompt, which is basically this. Just copy what's in that, copy that into your UAI. So don't just go into a regular, I'm going to go over here. I'm going to go into my UAI and I'm going to paste that prompt. What's going to happen next, guys, is as follows, okay? Here's what it's going to look like. So it's going to give you content ideas for today that follows the specifications, okay? Are those, if you guys have pasted that prompt into your UAI, I would like to ask you, does it sound aligned to what you would usually speak about with regards to content? Is it like a good idea that it's given you? Basically, what you're then going to do is it's going to basically ask you, you know, do you want this to be turned into a full post in your voice? You're going to tell it yes. And it may ask you which hook you want to use. So I want you guys to just pick one of those ideas and tell it which idea you want and tell it that you want it turned into a full post. Okay, so just spend, 20 seconds doing that right now and it will return to you a full post. So guys, next step, don't miss this part. You will then copy it onto a document and spend about 5 minutes per post editing for accuracy. Okay, and then you repeat that 7 times until you have all your content for the week done. So here's how it looks in reality. You spend about, 1 minute prompting and about 5 minutes editing per post, which is roughly, 6 minutes per post. If you think about, if you want to go ahead and post every day, which you don't need to do, but 6 minutes per post times 7 posts, right? That's 42 minutes a week. And then let's just say, another 1 to 2 minutes posting per day, which obviously leads to less than an hour a week of creating content.
And by the way, if you want an AI tool that just writes this content for you, there's a link in the description box where you can get it for free. It's specifically designed to write lead generating content so that you can generate inbound prospects from your content. So now you've got UAI, your AI writer, it's time to move into the viral post frameworks. And if you like what we've been through so far, you're gonna love what we've got coming next. And if you're interested in me and my team building this out for you, building your AI content system and the sales system on the back end of it so you can get consistent qualified leads from your social media that convert into clients, there is a link in the description box where you can book a call with me and my team and we can have a chat about actually working together where my team roll up their sleeves, get into your business and actually install this for you. But if you just want to do this by yourself, let's roll into the second part of the training.
This system is going to show you how to consistently write content which gets incredible amounts of reach organically without needing to use paid ads. And you can see here that one piece of copy, the exact same piece of copy, is then going to get repurposed onto not only Facebook, but also you can see here that it was a carousel on Instagram where we get a lot of people to comment a keyword. I mean, there's just dozens and dozens of comments on this one carousel, okay? Then we can also post it as
I got ChatGPT to act as
a reel, okay, where all I'm doing in this video is mashing together a bunch of B-roll, putting the hook
on the screen and then adding subtitles and then reading out loud this exact same script that was written here. And then we in Facebook, and the next video shows you exactly how to do the posting, right? Because you can have somebody from your team do the posting, but I'm just showing you now exactly why this works so well, because then we also put it on Threads as well. And we send it out to our email list. So we're getting huge amounts of reach just from one piece of copy. And I'm going to share with you how to write that copy in this video. And look how cool this is, okay? Not only did this post get 1.7k comments, but we also drop the link to the very thing that you're offering inside of this post. And we can rotate between low ticket items and freebies depending upon what you're trying to push at that moment. Now, this resulted in more than $30,000 just from this Facebook post alone because I used a UTM. So I knew exactly what came from this, okay? This was insane. That's not normal, but it is just showing you what's possible. From Instagram, we got a lot of people commenting the word AI who then they get an automated DM via our high-level automation. But nevertheless, even though there was a lot of comments on Instagram, we actually saw more sales directly from Facebook. Because from Facebook, what we do is we put a link. From Threads, what we do is we put a link in this one. We made a mistake when we were posting that actually. But on Instagram, we get people to comment or DM us the keyword, right? Because Facebook, as it used to push down when you dropped a link, like if I put a link in the main post, yeah, it would push down my post in the algorithm. But when you put it in the comments, people click it like crazy. And it's not just like one post that this is happening with, right? Like this is happening consistently with these posts that I'm sharing. I mean, I find that after you start doing this for a while, right? If you just look at this one post, we have 300 comments, 1.1k shares, okay? And then this also got 1.5k views. Because after you start doing this consistently, you're going to start to notice there's a specific type of content that works really well for you. And for me, it's whenever I'm talking about how I ask ChatGPT to do something, okay? Now I could keep going on and on, like there's a various amount of, posts that are doing really well like this, but I want to share with you exactly how to write the content. And in order to do so, you need to come prepared with your AI writer already created, okay? So if you haven't already created your AI writer, what I'll do is below this video, I'll also leave the links on how to go ahead and do that. But you can see here in the project knowledge, all I have is just the exact same knowledge that you are shown. Plus, I've just dropped a compressed version of On Writing by Stephen King in here just because I wanted to test out using it. But to be honest, I can even just take that out, right? So I'm consistently adding new things in here. As I update my ICP, I update this. As I update the content buckets, I update this, right? As I update my business overview, I update this. If there are blacklisted words that I don't like, I'll go in here and update this. If I change my brand, I'll update this too, right? So if I decide actually I always want to be using a specific emoji, I'll get into my brand guidelines and I'll update it. And then I'll put it back into the project knowledge updated, okay? Because you want to consistently be updating this based upon how you change and evolve. So with that being said, once your project knowledge is done, I showed how to do that in the previous AI clone, like how to build your AI clone. So I'm not going to go through that now. But what I am going to go through is I'm going to go through how to create a style. Because this system that I'm sharing with you now is really based on styles. And I have 3 styles specifically, which is viral FB prediction, viral FB general, and viral FB controversial that I'm going to be sharing with you how to use them and how to create them, okay? So the way that we create them is we use these 3 Claude styles. And I've got this doc for you below this video as well. Now, literally all that you're going to do is you're going to go in here, copy this. Please don't change like anything else because I've already written this in a way whereby none of this needs to be edited except all you're going to do here is like John Smith, a successful entrepreneur known for helping football players get NFL contracts, as an example. That's literally all you do, okay? And then just grab this first line. Follow me along as I do this, yeah? Okay, we just change it to his name there as well. And then on the final one as well, okay? And then obviously when you use this, is going to ask you what topic it wants to be about, okay? And in the previous video, we spoke about how to decide the topics, okay? So that's all you're going to do in order to get this ready to make the styles, okay? Now, I'm going to show you right now exactly how to make the styles. So it's very simple. You're going to copy exactly what I'm copying. So just look at my screen to make sure that you copy the same thing. Copy. Then we go back to Claude. Okay, we hit... Claude's changing its interface a lot, but basically you need to find the place where it says use style and then scroll to where it says create and edit styles. Create custom style. Add writing example, paste text context, and then paste it and then hit create style. Now this is gonna now create for you. So we just let it do its thing. Now it's created it, but it hasn't. So you need to go into options, edit style manually, delete all of this. Okay, it's just a funky thing that it's doing. And then you paste it again and hit save changes. I would recommend now change the name so that it's the same as mine. FB viral style. I would just change it to that. Sorry, viral FB in bracket C, because then you can have the same as me. Okay, so now it's created, okay? Before we finish though, so this is viral FB. So, okay, just leave it as viral FB. Okay, the next one is going to be called viral FB predictions. And the third one is going to be viral FB controversial. And I will obviously over time, as I get more styles that are doing really well, I'll obviously add them to this document. But for now, these are the ones that I'm finding are working really well. Okay, so you're going to go in there, follow the same process, create the other two. And then what you're going to do, it literally could be as simple as going into hitting use style. Let's say we want to do just a regular viral post. And we want to say, you can literally just go write me a post. Post using this style. Because now what it's going to do, it's going to ask you what you want the post to be about. Because that's how we've trained the style to come back and ask us what we want the post to be about. So I'm going to say, using my style guide and my knowledge. Actually, using my knowledge, what topic would you recommend we write about to get maximum virality? Because remember, we've updated the project knowledge to know what topics will get a lot of reach. Okay. This is the beautiful thing about this. Now, I typically like to promote a freebie, not a paid product so often, because I find that if I get them on my email list, then I can sell various different products now. Because I have a 30-day email campaign that sends out 45 emails that cycles through different low-ticket offers, book a call, etc. So in this one, I'm going to say the 17 psychological triggers, and how to use them to get reach on social media. Okay, so just put the title of it here. Now here's the cool thing. Now you give it the link. So you give it the link to your freebie. Okay. Now I just need to make sure it knows FB, post, campaign. Let's just say it was Claude 1. Okay, as an example. Keyword is 17. Okay. Now, this is where it's really cool because it's going to create you the posts written in a way that are good for either Facebook and Threads and email or Instagram. Different, because obviously there's a different way that we funnel the leads. Perfect. Based on my knowledge of what performs on social media, I'll write a post. 5 content creation systems I used to make 3.7 posting daily for 7 years. Most people think content creation, I have to... Number 1, the content extractor. Cool. Okay. Cool. Remember to write me one post for IG with the comment as the CTA and one post for FB as the including the link as the CTA. Because sometimes like you do have to just nudge it. Yeah, like if it does it slightly wrong, don't get disheartened, just nudge it and tell it exactly what to do and then it will do it. There we go. Boom. Easy. Because we want to be left with 2 posts so that then following the posting process, obviously for Facebook, we would grab this, we'd get into FB, we'd go here, we'd post it like that, and then just drop every next section of this. Like, I would honestly, from what it's done, I'd just delete that section, just go boom, 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 as all one, boom, boom. So this would be a series of comments on that post, yeah? That's on the next video, though, so we won't get into that now. Okay, so that is essentially how to do it. Now, if you get stuck for ideas, yeah, I would just go into like a normal style, right? And get off your custom styles. Just get back to normal. I am stuck on content ideas. I want to be positioned as, wow, I cannot type today. No, positioned as someone my ideal client trusts and sees as an authority. I need to speak to the ideal client who does not yet know me though. So I need to speak in a way that will get their attention. Can you write? Can you suggest 3 hooks that would allow for that? So if you're ever stuck, you can ask something along these lines. I'll drop this hook on this. If you are stuck on content ideas, ask your AI writer. Fantastic. Okay, perfect. So let's just say we now want to go use style. We want to use the controversial style. Yes, write one of them for me using this style. Now she's going to go ahead and it's going to pick one of them. I could have said, okay, chose a different random post. I mean, this is great. I'll post this. Cool. Okay, that's good. Now, this is really good for top of the funnel content because this one's not including a CTA. You could add a CTA in here though if you wanted to, right? Don't feel like you can't. And then if I wanted to make this better for, make it better for top of funnel by including more authority in the hook, please. Also use caps like a normal person. I don't know why it got the caps gone, but I just tell it what to do, right? And then it will just do it for me. There we go. I would start the post here because sometimes it puts some random stuff at the front, right? It doesn't make the most sense. You just want to pull the best hook. And I actually personally will spend per post between 5 and 10 minutes editing the hook just to make it really strong. Okay, now I like these posts that they came up with. You can literally then just go like this and it's actually more like what was it? It was 50. No, now I'm using the other style again. So now I'm gonna, based on the hook, just say, write what is relevant to that hook. Yes, the triggers, same as before. Okay, now it's gonna write the post for me. Okay. Remember to write one post. Claude is being a little bit weird because it's doing this. Sometimes it just does this. It'll have a funky day, a bit of a day off. For Insta and one post for FB, and use normal caps like I always do. Okay, so then basically that's how to write the content. And then obviously, as I said previously, the next video shows you how to actually post it. And yeah, I would cut this. I would take this. And then these would be the next points in my post. Because whenever I'm done, right, what I then do is I'll take this. Like I take the whole post. And then I have one specific document that I'm using, which is essentially where I paste the content. And so in the video that shows you how to post it, like I put the content on here, yeah? And then essentially what I do, I would delete that. And then I would just make a few changes. Like this. And I would spend a little bit of time just cleaning it up, yeah? And then from here, it's all on the document. And then that's where this person on your team who's posting can post really, really easily. And if it's you for now, before you have somebody on your team, you can do it easily now. Personally, I find that after a period of time, once you get really good at writing content, you can move away from focusing so much on content buckets and instead lean into what you are here, like lean into what you're hearing people say are problems that they have on sales calls from the people that buy. That becomes really good middle of the funnel and bottom of the funnel content. And then for top of the funnel content, you can keep a pulse on what is performing well on social media, double down on that, and it becomes really like organic and natural. So for example, for me at the stage I'm at, right, like I am massively a social media expert. So I'm not saying this is right for you, but I'm sharing with you where you can get to over the course of the next months and years. It's like I personally, I will test things consistently. Like if I just go over to my Facebook now, I'll be, doing a post about, let's see. These are proven ones because ChatGPT, but I'll be doing posts about, let's see, organic versus paid. I'll be doing posts about sales, right, to test that, to see how that goes down. I'll be doing something about ads. I'll be doing more about ChatGPT. So yeah, I'll be testing different things like consistently, and you'll notice that. And it really is the same content that I'm posting on Facebook, Instagram, Threads, and email. Okay, I make it really, really simple for myself. I also test like personal stories as well. I test like, how I've got a lot of reach. I'm just testing stuff, right? And that's the fun of it. Because you can even just go into here, right? Once you get consistent with the posting and once you notice there's some trends, people, I don't want to confuse it, but you could tell it like, here are my top 5 posts from the last 2 weeks. What are the trends in these posts? Like, what are the topics that I'm talking about consistently that people really like? And that's how you can use AI to tell you what content to do more. But for now, stick to the key content buckets that we came up with in the previous video. And then once you get really consistent with this and it's producing revenue, then you can take off the training wheels and get a little bit more crazy with this, okay? So this is how to write the content for the meta platforms. And the next video is how to actually post it all up so that then you're doing one writing blog on a weekly basis and then one posting like blog per day. which should be done from someone on your team and not by you, okay? So let's see you in the next video and let's get this all posted. And just to make it really clear, every week what I do is I sit down for 30 to 40 minutes and I'll write my content for the next week. So 7 days worth of content that's going to go out on Facebook, Instagram threads, and we also send it to the email list. Now, it doesn't take me a long time at all because all I see is the part where I am taking the content from the AI, putting it into the doc and making the edits on the doc. And then from there, I have a team member who picks up the rest of the content and distributes it, which is what the next video is about, showing how to do that. I strongly recommend that you have a block on your calendar once a week. Like, open your calendar right now, pause this video, put a block on your calendar. Maybe it's going to take you 90 minutes in the beginning. Put that block on the calendar, get all the content written for the week, because then from there, on a daily basis, it's very easy for your team to delegate how to actually post it, because they will just simply use the process below. It's a very simple process, right? Like, I like simple systems and I like simple AI tools that don't require you to being a tech nerd so that you can actually stick to them. Now, I know if you, as the founder in the personal brand, only have to write the content, dump it on a doc, everything else is taken from there, then it's more likely that it's actually going to get done. And that is what we want to optimize for here. So make sure that you've got that writing block on your calendar and that you know for sure that if you don't have somebody on your team posting it, you on a daily basis are going to take 10 minutes a day to get it posted up every day, following the process in the next video. Okay, that's going to be really key in order to see consistent results with this, because literally, like, my view is just this doc.
Now you have your UAI and everything you need in order to get consistent leads on social media. You can see the full system. And if you would like my team and I to actually implement the system into your business for you so that you are left with a written content system that gets you growing and getting leads from social media, there is another link in the description box where you can book a call with us and have a chat about working together. And the next video right here is all about how you can get growing on LinkedIn. So check that one out next after you've booked a call down below.